I'm Mike Thirtle. I graduated from the Academy in 1990, and I'm the president and CEO of Bethesda. And we're a nonprofit. We serve people with intellectual and developmental disabilities across the country, and we provide jobs for them and also help them in their day-to-day care. We're a national nonprofit. We're in 13 states across the U.S. We actually operate here in Colorado. We have operations here in Colorado Springs, all the way up to Fort Collins. We have group homes and facilities where people live. Literally have thousands of staff. We take care of thousands of people across the country. We're one of the largest nonprofits in the country that does what we do. And it's a very challenging environment right now. We are really in a spot that's on the front lines right now, and the people that work at Bethesda are truly heroes. They go into our homes and facilities not knowing if they're going to get COVID. They have to wear PPE every day. We have structures in place where we have to be very, very sensitive. People with intellectual developmental disabilities have 3 to 4 times the fatality rates of the rest of us. And so it's very, very challenging right now to make sure we're keeping people safe and taking care of them properly. So growth is looking in a few different places right now for us. We are going to be opening up a new apartment residential facility up in the Minneapolis area in a town called Victoria, Minnesota. It's the first development in the country that integrates people with intellectual developmental disabilities with senior citizens to help people, to participate. So we looked at these two groups living in the same type of area, and it's a great opportunity for these folks to help these folks and vice versa. There's a lot of give back in this model. It's all about creating independence for people with autism and other intellectual developmental disabilities, creating more independence for them to live, to grow, to thrive. There is a very, very unmet demand today in the country to support people with disabilities. And so we're developing this model to provide that kind of opportunity, because we know through our own research and experience that when people can become more independent, they thrive, just like you and I. And so we're providing that. One of the many things I love about our mission is that we take care of people who are truly the most vulnerable people, and not only in this country, but on the planet. And they're the last in line for everything, for funding, for advocacy, for support. And so we truly see this mission as a way to amp that up, to amp up the awareness for people to make sure that they're taken care of properly. This is a very challenging economic environment that we operate in. A lot of our funding comes through Medicaid funding, and we have to raise the rest as a nonprofit to offset the cost structure. Every state handles its funding differently, so there's no one size fits all. Likewise, there's no one size fits all when it comes to every individual. We're very, very person-centered in our approach. So the way we treat person A and person B could be completely different in terms of what they need to be able to thrive as human beings. This is very personalized, it's very tailored, and we're in a healthcare setting, and it's a very challenging setting today. So the funding challenges, the challenges making sure that we're person-centered, and the challenges in COVID today. It's a very, very challenging and difficult environment. Layer on top of that all the economics of it. So a lot of my job is philanthropy. It's to go out into the country to talk to people about these opportunities that they may not be aware of. I haven't met one person yet when they saw the people that we support and we take care of that they didn't have a heart for the mission. And it's wonderful to see that. We need more of it across the board. Back when I was at the end of my 4th class year, my freshman year here at the Academy, we had the Special Olympics used to host their annual Special Olympics competition here at the Academy. And we actually had a gentleman who lived in our room for about a week. And I have to admit, the first time that he came into our room, I was real hesitant. I'd never been around somebody with intellectual developmental disabilities. And prior to me coming to Bethesda, that was the only time that I ever interacted with people with disabilities. It was because of the Air Force Academy. And what it taught me in that short week was how wonderful these people are. We became this guy's cheerleaders, his brothers for that week. We took care of him. It was wonderful. By the end of that week, we didn't want to see him go. And so fast forward to Bethesda, I go to Bethesda, and these are the same kinds of people that we help today. People who need assistance. Wonderful people, very vulnerable people. And it's truly through that mission and taking care of them is what really, really gets us excited at Bethesda about what we do. And I never ever thought that I'd be doing something like this when I was on the trot so 30 years ago. It's not something I even thought about doing 7 years ago. And it was something I didn't know if I was prepared to do, but I still don't know if I'm prepared to do it. I wake up every day trying to figure out what are we going to do next? How are we going to do it? But to me, the North Star, the Polaris, if you will, in Academy terms, is focused on mission. Passion for mission to support people in this country and eventually across the planet. I look back to my cadet years as an excellent prep for what I'm doing today as a CEO in the healthcare space with COVID and how we care for people. Literally, those roots here taught me a ton about leadership and how to take care of people and how to care for them in the context of really challenging times. Times that none of us have ever expected, times that even prior to 5 months ago we would have never expected. And so I thank the Air Force Academy, I thank the wonderful people here back in the 80s who helped me and helped my classmates and helped all of us become the leaders that we are today.